You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter, and they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. For some, the final chapter of the season. For others, a final week before the playoffs. And we're off in Week 18. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Second and 6 coming up here. Etienne again. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They go right back to Etienne. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Falcons will take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now it's a bootleg for him. And a stunning loss there, Brock. He ends up in his own end zone. That is a wild safety. Well, I don't know if I've ever seen this before, partner. The first time they touch the ball, somehow it ends up as a safety.
Somehow, some way. How about we just call it unfortunate for one side? But I tell you what, if we get a safety on the first touch of this game, I can't wait to see what we're in store for today.
Nice positivity there. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Out of the gun, a give to Etienne. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now give this up the middle to Etienne. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Purdy to throw it. Into the hands of Romeo Doubs. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Etienne on first down. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be second down.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. On the run, it's Etienne. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Has it down close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Etienne will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap for Purdy. This one's caught. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Butker knocks it through. And they come away with some points on that series.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's Carter on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the... Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by Moss. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Right back to Moss now. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door, bigger gap in the future.
Allen on 3rd and short. He has the 1st over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. We have a timeout now. Medical staff out to check on an injured man, and you hate to see this in the final week of the regular season. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Allen setting up play action. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And it sets up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air, Allen. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out. So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
I think his decision-making were to check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Gotta forget about 1st down in a hurry. They need a chunky yards here on 2nd and goal. Another try following the sack. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Atlanta. Younghoe Koo on for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Falcons take a slim 2-point lead. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. This is ETN. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Minute 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. He's trying to push the field. That's caught at the 25. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Saints jumped in front now by 5. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Evans now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Moss. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Now Allen off the play action. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. It's the Falcons with a 2nd and 7. Allen on the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He takes it himself. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Trying to run for this with Moss. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that means 3rd down coming up.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Motioning the tight end now. Quick pass right side, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Has it in close. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. Koo on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons take a slim 2-point lead. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So it'll be 2nd down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the gun is Purdy. Forced out to his right. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Purdy throwing here. Finds a seam down the middle. He's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take the lead just before halftime. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Point after, up and good by McPherson. And the Saints jump in front now by 5. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's Carter on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. First down throw for Allen. Into the hands of Pitts. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Looking to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A handoff right for Moss. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Moss with another carry. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. Play action now, Allen. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Has him on the quick hitter. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Pitts brings it in. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. What opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
To the air again, Allen. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception, which is forcing an incomplete pass. As soon as he realized the pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Running out of the gun with Moss. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First down, ball at the 36. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's got him, that's Moss. And not much doing, he stopped quickly.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here. Third and long, it's Allen. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Well, we call that protection lookout. Like the O-line yelling back at the quarterback, look out! Because they have no answer right now with back-to-back sacks by the defense. They've got this crew offensively guessing.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Play action now with Purdy. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
On 2nd down, it's Etienne. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Shotgun snap for Purdy. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. His first punt went 50. This is away and looks even better. Fair catch signaled for and made at the 32-yard line. No return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Now a give up the middle to Moss. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's Falcons football. A nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Allen setting up play action. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Up the gut, they go with Moss. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused, executing the play in front of him.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Handoff headed left. It's Moss. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Allen now on first down. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Moss gets it going right. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Moving 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Here's Allen. Trying for the deep ball. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Younghoe Koo out for the field goal. Pressure hanging over this kick. Ball spotted on that right hash. 53 yards out. Got all of it, and this is good. And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Purdy setting up that play action. Makes the grab in bounds left side. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Now give this up the middle to ETN. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. They will take that execution every time.
Here's ETN on first down. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go right back to ETN. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
They'll come up 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep.
You know, for pitchers, you hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Purdy to throw it. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. He'll throw it. This one's to Kirk out left side. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. They'll run. ETN has the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints take a fourth-quarter lead. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Well, Brock, not sure the play they were running was all that disguised, but with the personnel they had out there, it was going to be tough to stop him either way.
Yeah, there's a great debate. Is it the X's and O's or the Jimmies and Joes?
Yep.
No debate there. That was the Jimmies and the Joes in their want-to run it right down their throat.
So here are the Saints facing a consequential two-point attempt. He's throwing for it. Oh, and he's got a man open. Complete. And he gets into the end zone for the two-point conversion. That puts them in a much better spot now. Up 7 here in the 4th. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Evans now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Moss gets it from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Falcons losing by 7. Second and 3 now. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Has a man. Oh, he lost the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up what's ever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
They'll try it left with Etienne. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. Back into that favorite formation they go, Brock, forcing those guys to burn a timeout. Down to a knee, and we're going to see if that defense chooses to expend one of its final 2 timeouts.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back, and this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect the timeout coming any moment now. You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Butker knocks it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. When they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Big gain downfield. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
First and 10, here's Allen. He sends this one to the end zone. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
So here we go. The Falcons lining up for a big 2-point conversion attempt. He'll look to throw it. And he reels it in for 2, so now a field goal would get them the lead. Well, not the way they drew it up, partner, but when it works, who cares? They didn't defend the check down throw, and it's open for 2.
I can still remember one of my first red zone days way back when. Touchdown to check down, touchdown to check down. Now, I know it's not a touchdown, but this check down, well, it was a valuable 2 points.
We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. Still one more in their pocket to use. So with less than a minute and a half to play, they must recover this onside effort. And no problem for the Saints. They cover it up. Well, that's going to do it, Brock. They recover the kick and now can just run out that clock unimpeded.
Yeah, no timeouts on the opposing sideline. Give some credit to the hands team right there. Got the job done. And now as an offense, the greatest formation in the history of football. You know what that is, Kate?
Line it up, boys.
The victory formation. There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second. This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So fans starting to stream from the Superdome to the French Quarter as it's a win for the Saints. And they end the season on a great note, Brock, with a W in the final chapter of this year's campaign. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.